Buenos días, clase. Oh, ¿quién me falta? Todos. Qué triste. Well, guys, here we are on our learning adventure. Yet another week of online learning. So I wanted to give you the updated game plan for this week, kind of walk you through what it is that will be expected to be turned in, where you can find updated information. So let's take a look. So this is the week of April 13th. Can you believe it? Already mid-April. All right, so Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be doing our DREO marathon. So make sure you get your forms turned in if you're presenting a DREO. If you're all finished, and there are several of you who did get them taken care of ahead of time, which was absolutely fabulous, you're the cheering section. We make sure we support one another. Doing these presentations online is difficult, so we need to make sure we're encouraging, supporting, and helping those getting their DREOs done. All right, on Wednesday and Thursday, you're turning in your amusement park project. Finally, that was due the end of March, so you had a little extra time, even though it's been challenging. So your brochure PDF, make sure it's a picture or a screenshot that you send me with the brochure so that I can see it and grade it. Make sure you tell me who it is that worked on it. I need to make sure your names are on it. Your amusement park project portion, you're going to be holding that up and presenting it to the class. So I'm strongly encouraging, make sure everybody is prompt to class so that we can do our projects. All right, Friday, the only assignment outside of the DREOs and the amusement park is your vocab check-in form. How easy is that? Those are a nice bit of points that will go in every week. Really easy to do. Use this time to bring up your grade. Yes, it's a rotten kind of time, but there's a silver lining. The class has been pared down, which means the assignments are much more simple and much more easily done. So make sure, use this time, get the work turned in. All it can do is help bring your grade up. And some of you can really take advantage of these opportunities because you didn't test well. So getting your classwork done, your vocab stuff done, and writing assignments done is all going to help you. All right, and then make sure, I know Monday and Wednesday or all this week we're doing presentations, but beyond that, please be prompt to your Zoom classes. We're not there the whole time because I'm doing a flipped classroom, but I do want to check in with you, see if there are any questions. So please make sure you do get to class on time. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to walk you through what I've had to do to really change up that end of year project. Woo, this has been a real challenge for all of us trying to adapt to our current situation, as well as still give you opportunities to do assignments that some of you have already finished or are far enough along, and I want to make sure I give you opportunities to get things submitted. And then I'll make sure to address the point about homework passes, make sure we're clear. So let's move over to my board. I'll walk you through the website. It's been revamped a little bit, trying to help. Now that I know there are parents actually watching this to get information, I want to make sure it's very clear for students and parents what the expectations are, and more importantly, where to find the information. Okay, clase. So many of you are familiar with ClyneSpanish.com. So just a reminder, on the home page is where you can find your schedule. All right. As we move down on the home page, I wanted to show you I've updated the calendar. So a couple things have changed there, so you'll want to take a look. As you proceed down on the home page, notice what pops up here. You've got the end of year project information. I've had to make a few changes. So first off, notice here, there's a link to a Google Classroom, and there's the class code for the Google Classroom. That is where your videos, your scripts, everything you create that has anything to do with that Google Classroom will go there. Over here is the end of year project form. Every student needs to fill that out. Because this is replacing the final exam, I need to go individually, and that's where you're going to tell me how many homework passes you have, what you worked on, who is part of your group, and then when we get to further on the calendar, you'll see we'll have a homework pass tiering party where we verify your homework passes and count them off as you tear them. All right, so 2 things that you need to be aware of for the end of year project. The end of year project form that each student will fill out, and the My Google Classroom button and the class code for where you will upload and submit your script and your project. Make sure your names are clearly visible on everything you submit. This is due May 26th, so I want to make sure I can tell who the work belongs to, all right? Remember, you can pick and choose through the project. The reason being, if you have homework passes you're turning in, you only have to do a portion of the end of year project to get to your 100 points. So keep that in mind. All right, while we're on the subject of homework passes, let me go ahead and talk about that. There have been several questions, some confusion. The homework passes are given individually. So therefore, if you're in a group and say you have 20 homework passes, you actually don't have to submit anything. That's 100 points. But if you are in a group and you have 5 homework passes and someone has 10 and someone has 15, all right, you each have a different amount of points you're bringing to the table to contribute towards that score for the project, all right? So please be careful. The homework passes are individual, not pooled into your group, okay? So that's enough for now on the end of year projects. I've read several of your lyrics and they're fantastic. I've been able to give some feedback. I have a group that is already looking to submit their video because now they realize they don't have to go back and put the words or the lyrics on the screen because they have enough homework passes to cover that, which is pretty nice. It's giving some people a break. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is what we're dealing with more this week. All right, so some of you are very familiar now with my YouTube videos page, and I want to draw this to your attention. Some homeschool groups are using my videos right now as well, and so I got a request for putting up pages that I had hidden from the navigation during this time. So you're going to see a few more things in my bar at the top of the website. So Spanish 1, Spanish 2, and Spanish 3 tabs are now showing up that were not there before. So don't let that throw you off. All right, so my YouTube video link. So I'm still keeping the basics up top because when all this is said and done, that's something that's going to stay permanently on my site. What we're working with now, notice this was our first week and this was our second week. So I have the videos still here available for you to view should you choose to. This week, this is where we're going to put your game plan video, which we are currently creating. Therefore, that's why it's not there. Now I'm going to shift over to the classwork and practice material. All right, this is another tab that many of you are familiar with. And do remember, my class Zoom links are at the bottom of the page. So if you can't find it on Neo, you can still find it on my website. So you're going to scroll down. Here's where the form can be found for the DREO Marathon if you're still working on it, as well as here. So it's still there in last week's menu, and it was above there. All right, down here, you have your vocabulary check-in form. You have your amusement park rubric if you had lost it. All right. And then down here, you have your class links for this week. Now there's some confusion because you see on the invitation for attending my classes that it starts at 9 o'clock. Don't let that throw you. I leave the link open all day. That way, if a student has a question during the break, they can still find me. And it also leaves my windows open, so if a student has a problem during their class time, they can just click on the link and then my computer will call me back over to it, and then I can help that student individually should they need assistance. So don't let it throw you. You are still attending your class during whatever assigned class period you have, all right? And the links can be found up here, one click, no problem. Okay, class A, so I hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you in our Zoom classroom this week. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye.